So yesterday we introduced the concept of the 6 directions of the spine. We used milder, more gentle poses, reclining, seated cross-legged, asymmetric kneeling, and then Tadasana. Today we'll move on to some more of the standing poses, Warrior 2, Triangle Pose, and Warrior 1. Reminding ourselves that all asana is built around the 6 directions of the spine. This is what we're doing. We're moving the spine. We want to make sure the spine is at ease, it's moving in all these directions comfortably. Sometimes we think that asana focuses on hips and shoulders, but really what it's doing is it's focusing on the spine. When the spine moves comfortably in all these directions, the hips and the shoulders and the rest of the extremities, our elbows down to our ankles and feet, move more at ease. So the assumption here is that you've done some kind of warm-up to prepare for standing poses. If you have not, stop this video, put it on pause, do some warm-ups that will prepare you for standing, and then come back and join. Okay, so let's go ahead and just come into a simple tabletop right now. Letting your hands come underneath your shoulders, making sure your tops of your feet are well grounded. We'll just let ourselves hold this pose for a breath or two, just feeling the sensation of the breath coming down the back as you come in, exhaling, seeing if you can draw it up the front of the body. We'll just do 2 or 3 here. Easy, gentle breaths. Looking to see if we can find an even breath on the inhale and exhale. So neither breath is longer than the other. They're both equal. And it may take a few breaths to find. You want to make sure that the jaw is comfortable. And we're not rushing to get into the inhale because that exhale was too long. Or feeling too overfilled from the inhale. And then letting your elbows come down to the floor as you exhale, finding child's pose, letting the back round a little bit, chin tucks in towards the chest, forehead to the ground. Maybe hips don't want to go all the way back right now, and crossing your arms, letting your forehead rest on your forearms, and letting yourself sink back to comfort. And then we'll go ahead and come all the way back up. Curling the toes, pushing just into one leg first and then the other very gently. And we'll step forward. Hands and feet are meeting. Maybe hand to elbow here, letting forearms hang towards the toes. And then slowly making your way up to standing, making sure second and third toes straight ahead. We're lifting up. Back of the neck lifts, and really looking for good posture just for a moment here. Still staying with that equal breath. And then we'll go ahead and take a wide step. We're looking to move ourselves towards Warrior 2. The space between your legs should be definitely wider than your hips. We're going to go ahead and start with the right toes tipping. So left toes will turn in just a tiny bit. Right toes turn. So the middle of the right kneecap faces over second and third toe. So remember, when we're looking for this more breath-centric practice, not worry too much about that, as they say, the yoga journal pose. We're just making sure that our structure is good, that joints and bones are well stacked. And then we'll go ahead and let that right knee drift over the right ankle. And making sure the spine from the very beginning is straight. So we haven't already leaned getting into a lateral bend. We want to make sure there's a plumb line right down the middle and the sternum lines up with the center of the pelvis rather than to the side. So the top of the hips are square. Letting the arms open out to a T. Taking a breath in here. You can let the arms reach up. And as you exhale, right forearm comes to the thigh and bringing that arm over. So we're getting that left lateral. Inhaling And this time that left hand's going to shoot all the way across to find twist. Inhaling, coming all the way back up. And as you exhale, reverse. So now it's on the right side. As you inhale, coming back, that right hand comes to the inside of the thigh, and we turn to the left, finding twist. Inhale, taking the arms up. A little bit of a back bend. Keeping that knee, that right knee over the ankle, and folding forward. Inhaling all the way up. And release. We'll step to the right. Letting the arms reach up and overhead. Exhaling, dropping that right arm. We'll look for a little side bend here. Inhaling, coming back up to center. Exhale, left hand. Inhale, bend the knees so we have a back extension in chair. And as you exhale, right arm comes across, finding twist. Inhale, finding back extension again. Exhale, left arm comes through, finding twist. Inhaling, back extension as we come to standing. And exhale, forward fold. And breath coming right back up to standing. And we'll take that big step again. This time left toes turn, right toes slightly in. Bending the left knee over the left ankle, that plumb line straight down. Spine is right now straight. It's in neutral. And we'll take the arms out to a T. And left forearm comes down, right arm comes over. Lateral. Inhaling, and that right arm shoots across and find twist. Inhaling, that left arm up and over. Exhale. Inhale, back to neutral, left hand to the inside. As you exhale, looking for that twist to the right. Inhale, back extension, turning collarbone to the ceiling. As you exhale, keep that left knee over the ankle. Fold forward. Inhaling, coming all the way back up, looking for neutral. And we'll step to the left. Taking arms overhead, reaching up. Left arm comes down, finding that lateral on the exhale. In breath, taking arms up. Exhale, right arm down, lateral bend. As we inhale, we'll find chair, back extension. As you exhale, left arm shoots across, finding twist. Inhale, back extension. And right arm shoots across, finding twist. Inhaling all the way up to standing. Exhale, forward fold. In-breath takes us up through strong, flat back. And we'll release, right foot steps out. Let's move to triangle. If you'd like to grab a block, this would be a good time to do that. So we'll take the toes out to the side. Right toes tip, left toe slightly inward, making sure we start with a good straight spine. And then that hip is going to come underneath. Whole body leans over as we're shifting that right hip underneath the body. Left ribs pull in, and we're starting with a little bit of a twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, revolved triangle. Left hand can come to the floor or the shin. Right ribs turn to the ceiling. Keep your eyes on the toes. As you inhale, back extension, both arms reach forward. And exhaling, forward fold. Let's do that whole thing again. Letting yourself shift down. Left ribs rotate, so we've already started to create a twist. Inhale, lateral. Exhale, twist the opposite direction. Revolve triangle. Chest turns towards the floor again. Inhale, back extension. Exhale, forward. Inhaling all the way up, turning the legs, feet forward, settling to both feet equally. We'll take left toes this time, right toes slightly turn in. Left hip comes underneath as you fold over. And rotating in the ribs, finding a little bit of that twist. And right arm comes over, finding extend, stretch the right side. Exhaling, turning into revolve triangle. Inhale, find that extension, chest turns to the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Straighten that spine out. And we'll do that again. Bend sideways, rotate the ribs, twist. Inhale, lateral bend. Exhale as your twist, rotating around to revolve triangle. Inhaling to back extension, chest even with the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling all the way up. Turn the toes forward. Right. Let's go ahead and move our way into warrior one. So stepping right up to the very front of your mat. Second and third toe. We want to make sure our feet, the center of our feet right now are just tracking seat bones or hips. And we'll take a big step back with that right foot. You may want to straighten both legs until you feel like you've established right foot still tracking right hip. Left foot still tracking left. And letting the left knee move forward, just find a comfortable spot. We're not looking for that big yoga journal pose. So if you want to close the distance a little bit, making sure that your spine is what you can concentrate on. Taking the arms up overhead, we're looking for the back to be strong and flat. And then letting your left hand drop down, and we'll bend to the left. Crown of the head's going to the left. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, right arm shoots across, finding twist. Inhale, lifting through the arms. Exhale, right arm drops, left arm comes over. Left lateral bend. Inhaling. Left hand comes down, rotate, right ribs pulling back, twist. Inhale, coming up, we'll get a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, forward. Inhale, right foot steps forward to half forward fold. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, coming up through strong flat back. And exhale, hands to heart, left foot steps back. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches. Inhale. Left arm comes across, finding twist. Inhale, arms reaching up. And this time, left hand drops, right arm tipping the head to the left. Inhale, coming up. And as you exhale, left arm rotates, rotating the ribs. Inhaling, back bend. Exhale, forward. Stepping forward into half forward fold on your in-breath. Exhale, deep. In-breath, strong flat back, coming all the way up. And hands to heart. Go ahead and slowly letting your fingertips come down to the floor, and we'll step back, finding tabletop. Hands comfortably underneath your shoulders, tops of the feet well grounded. Letting yourself take a breath. We'll go ahead and walk the hands around to the left, so you can look at your left toe, finding that bend. Coming back to center. And then walking the hands around to the right until you can see your right toes. And coming back to center. Bring left forearm down to the floor, right arm shoots underneath, finding twist. And coming back to center. Right arm comes down, left arm shoots through, finding twist. And back to center. Exhaling through cat pose. Inhaling to cow. Releasing neutral. And go ahead and turn around onto our bottoms. If you'd like to, you can bring the blanket underneath your seat bones. We'll keep the legs extended. If your hamstrings are feeling kind of tight today, you're always welcome to bring a rolled mat or a bolster underneath your knees. If you don't want to sit on the blanket, that's fine. Letting the feet rest comfortably out so we're not really pulling too hard on those toes, a little more of a relaxed foot. And then inviting the chest to lift up towards the ceiling. We're looking for both seat bones to be grounded. And letting right hand slide out, maybe bring the elbow towards the floor, lateral bend, left arm comes overhead. Inhale, sitting all the way up. We'll take that left hand across, finding twist. And take a big breath up. And left hand comes down, right arm comes over. Inhaling up, and that right arm comes across, finding twist. Inhaling the arms up. We'll bring forearms to the floor. Modified fish pose, finding a lift in the chest. And as you exhale, coming up and over for forward fold. And sitting all the way up. Let's do that whole series one more time. Left arm slides over, right arm comes over. Inhaling up, right arm shoots across, finding twist. We'll inhale, arms up, spine nice and straight again. Right arm comes down and bend. Inhale, coming up, left arm shoots across, finding twist. Coming to center, letting yourself slowly down to the ground. Inhale, chest lifts. As you exhale, we'll come up and over, and this time we'll stay for 2 breaths. Relaxed feet, so we're not pulling the toes hard towards the crown of the head. A little more of a relaxed ankle. And then letting yourself sit all the way up. And we'll bring that blanket to the top of the mat, letting yourself slide down. Settling feet into ground, back of the pelvis, lightness in the back of the waist, finding good posture. And walking both feet over to the left, knees are together, and we'll take right arm overhead, bringing the bicep towards the ear, once again getting a little lateral, sideways movement here. You may want to take your left hand and reach down towards the left ankle. And we'll go ahead and release, opening arms to T, both knees over to the left, finding twist. Letting your feet come back to center. And let both feet kind of heel toe over to the right. If you want to, you can grab that right ankle, left arm, bicep to ear, getting that lateral bend here. And we'll release arms to a T, letting knees come to the floor. Twist. And coming back to center. feet to the ground, arms to a T, reestablish posture. And lifting into your bridge pose, letting the back of the neck stretch, lower back is arching, arch side of the foot strong to the ground. And letting yourself slowly to the floor, drawing knees to chest, forehead to knees. And releasing the upper body to the floor. Let's keep the knees pulled in. We'll just go up and down the spine a few times. Exhaling as knees come in, inhaling. We want the fingertips pointing towards the toes. This is Apanasana, downward movement. One more time. Releasing feet to floor. So just taking a few moments here, just absorbing the idea of the 6 directions of the spine. I think as we start to move through this and see how it's incorporated into flow, that all asana should be evolving around where is my spine? Where is my breath in relationship to the comfort of moving my spine? Breathing assists the spine, exhalation, twist, inhalation, back bend, exhalation, forward fold. It starts to make more sense. And this is how you can begin to design your own practice for yourself and for teachers to begin to allow students to see the importance of movement of the spine in all these asana poses. So just letting your legs begin to slide down the mat. Let your feet rest, your calves rest, arms resting on the floor, finding good posture, always checking clothing. And you're welcome to just allow yourself to come through a progressive muscle relaxation. Start at the feet. If you want to, you can start at the crown of the head. Some people like to start in their feet and their hands. And just feel that releasing of muscles coming up through the legs, up through the arms. Up through the core center of the body, up through the spine, these channels of energy that we have in the spine. Unlocking jaw and tongue and the muscles of the face. And taking your time, 6 to 10 minutes, as much as you need, to rest.